everyone and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to finish off your beautiful Whirly Modern Baby Blankets. So obviously part 1 of this will be linked in the description if you haven't done that yet, but this is part 2 and part 2 will be all about showing you how to do these beautiful border rows, because obviously the basic design of the blanket is very simple and then we just jazz it up a little bit with some beautiful texture with these few border rows. So obviously this was done with a Scheepjes Whirl, but you can use absolutely any yarn, but the written pattern, which I will leave a link to in the description, obviously all of those gauges and things like that are specifically written for a whirl, but you can use anything you want. So obviously in part 1 I used just some scraps of yarn that I had lying around, and that is what I'm going to be doing my border around. So you can either change your colour for your border, or you will just continue. If you're using a Scheepjes Whirl, obviously you'll just continue with that. So your final round should have been round 38, which will have been a solid granny round, and that is where we will pick up. So if you were just carrying on with your Scheepjes Whirl, you would just start your new row in the same way by doing your chain 1, turn and slip stitch into your corner space. So I'm going to just attach in my corner space. And yarn over, pull through both, which would look like a UK double, and then pop your hook through that vertical section of your stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and that just gives you a treble height stitch. So like I say, if you were continuing with your Scheepjes Whirl, you'll have just chained 1, turned, slip stitched into your corner as normal and done your chain 2. So now we need to add our second UK treble into this corner space. So yarn over, insert and pull up and complete your treble. So that is our 2 trebles like we would normally have, and we will finish this corner when we get back round. So now we're going to be doing lots of front post treble stitches. So you'll yarn over, insert your hook behind the stitch and come out the other side. I'll just show you that again. You'll yarn over, insert your hook behind the treble and out the other side, yarn over and pull up, and then you'll complete your treble as normal. And then again on the next stitch, so yarn over, insert behind the next treble and out the other side and complete your treble. Show you one more time, yarn over, behind that next treble and complete. And you're going to do that all the way to the corner space, which is where I will meet you in just a second. Okay, so you'll also do your front post trebles around the 2 in the corner space from your previous row. So that is how you should be looking at this point. And then in your corner spaces you will just do 2 normal trebles, one and 2, and then chain 2, and then 2 trebles back in as normal. And then you'll just continue that all the way around. So you'll do around each side, you will do your front post trebles around every stitch, and then 2 trebles, chain 2, 2 trebles in your corner space. So that is where I will meet you again. Rewind if you need to, and I will see you as you get to the other side in just a minute. Okay, so we're ready now to close off on this round. So you're going to do your final 2 trebles into that corner space. 1 and 2. Do your final chain 2, and then you'll either be slip stitching into the top of the full treble that you did if you attach new yarn, or you'll be slip stitching into the top of your chain 2. So slip stitch, chain 1 and turn, and when you turn around you'll be able to see the lovely texture that you've created with those post stitches. So you can see you've got a lovely bit of texture there now. This next round is a super simple round. We're literally just going to be doing double crochet, so UK double crochets. So we're going to slip stitch back into the corner space, chain 1, but that's not going to count as a stitch. So we're now going to do 1 UK double crochet into this corner space. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and then into the top of your next treble you'll do a double crochet, and you're literally just going to do 1 UK double or US single crochet into every single stitch along. So you'll insert, yarn over and pull up, and yarn over, pull through both. So do that all the way along, and I will meet you at the corner space. Okay, so I'm working into that final treble, and then this time into your corner spaces you're going to do 1 double crochet, and then chain 2 and 1 double crochet. So your corners are just 1 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and then again all the way along with your doubles. So if you continue that all the way around, and I will meet you at the other end in just a minute. Okay, so I've done my final double crochet into that treble stitch and I'm back to my corner. So I need to finish off with my 1 double, chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the top of that first double crochet that we did at the beginning of the round. We're going to ignore the chain 1, which is here, and you're going to go into the top of your double and slip stitch. Okay, so round 3 of the border, we're not going to turn for this one. You're keeping your work facing you now, so those ridges that we created before should be facing you. And what we're going to do is slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet. So you've slip stitched into this one here, and you want to slip stitch into the next one along, like so. You're going to chain 3, and then you're going to put 4 more trebles, so that counts as your first one. You're going to put 4 trebles into that same stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to pull up a loop and just pop your finger through your loop so that you don't lose it. And then you're going to insert your hook through the top of the chain 3 and through the top of that 5th treble. Then going to grab your yarn and pull it through, and then you'll do a chain 1, and that chain 1 counts as part of your popcorn stitch. You're then going to chain 1, you're going to skip this next double here, and you're going to do a popcorn into the next one along. So that obviously that first one was different because we had the chain 3, but from now on you'll do 5 trebles. So you'll skip 1 and do 5 trebles. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then at this point you'll pull up your loop, insert your hook into the top of that first treble from this round and through the top of that 5th and final treble. Pop your yarn back over your hook, pull it tighter, and then slip stitch. So you'll go through, pull that yarn through both. Chain 1, remember that counts as part of your popcorn. You're then going to chain 1, skip the next double crochet and popcorn in the next, and you'll do that all the way along to your corner space, which is where I will meet you in just a second. Okay, I've had to do a funny little cheat because I'm actually really running out of yarn. So I'll just show you how to work your chain 2 corner spaces. So you'll have done your popcorn, you'll have 1 double crochet to skip here, and then you'll work 1 popcorn stitch into that corner space, so you'll do your 5 trebles, chain 1 obviously, which counts as part of your popcorn, chain 2, and then back into that same corner space you will do another popcorn stitch. Three, 4, through, chain 1 as part of your popcorn, and then chain 1, and then you're ready to carry on the rest of your way round. Now you'll skip 1 and then carry on with your popcorn into the next. So if you work that all the way around now, and then I will meet you back at the other side in just a minute. Okay, so back at this where we started from, you'll have your chain 2 space where you'll need to complete your normal corner. So you'll do your popcorn, chain 1 for your popcorn, and then chain 2 for your corner, and then again popcorn back into that chain 2 corner space. Chain 1 for your popcorn, and then chain 1, because obviously we'll be missing the stitch before we close off, and then you want to slip stitch to join to the top of this popcorn. So you've obviously got your popcorn part here. You want to turn it on its back slightly, and you'll be able to see that there's some V's here, and you're going to insert your hook into the top of that popcorn stitch when you'll get the whole of that stitch, and slip stitch. And that is the end of that round. Like I say, I've had to cheat and just work sections of this because I've run really short on this yarn. Okay, so final part of this one now, and it's really simple. You're going to work straight into this chain space in between the 2 popcorns. So you've got the one that you've just slipped stitched into here, and then the next one you've got this chain space here. So you're going to insert your hook in that chain space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both. You might want to pop a stitch marker into this so that you know where to close off. You're then going to chain 3, skip the popcorn and double crochet, chain 3, skip the popcorn and double crochet, and you'll work that all the way around. It just gives a little frill to the very final edge, and even in the corner you're not going to do any extra stitches or anything like that. You're literally just going to do chain 3, double crochet, chain 3, double crochet over the top of every single popcorn stitch all the way around. So it's a super simple way to finish, and then obviously you want to pause and continue that all the way around, and I will meet you as we finish off this final round. So double crochet, chain 3 around every single popcorn. So we're nearly done now. So again, chain 3 and double crochet, chain 3, oops, and then you're back to where we started from. And if you've popped a little stitch marker in here, then you will be able to see clearly exactly where your slip stitch needs to go. So you'll have your chain 3, and then you'll slip stitch into the top of that very first double that we did, chain 1, and then you'll be able to snip off and pull it out, and you should have a border now. No matter what yarn you've used, you should have a beautiful textured border that looks like this, with your ridges and your popcorns, and then your beautiful delicate frills at the very end. And that concludes part 2 of the Whirly Modern Baby Blanket. I really hope that you've enjoyed doing this pattern, and remember you can obviously download it for free from my website, and all of the information will be in the description box. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.